Hi, I'm Andrea from Pampered Birth. I am going to talk with you today and show you an online resource where you can learn more about the statistics involved in your hospital choice to help you choose a hospital that's the best fit for you. The resource we're going to talk about is called the Leapfrog Group, and their web address is leapfroggroup.org. When you go there, you will see their homepage that looks like this. And you'll start by clicking at the very top, the green words, Compare Hospitals. And you'll see this page. You can come right down here. You can search in a bunch of different ways. I think the easiest way to search is to look for your zip code. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my zip code and click search, and it will pull up all of the hospitals within 50 miles. I'm going to just choose 3 to look at and get a feel for options that are available in my area. So the 3 hospitals that are closest to where I live would be Altaview Hospital, Lone Peak Hospital, and probably Riverton would be the next closest. You can see as you're scrolling through these that some of these hospitals, like Orem Community and Park City Hospital and the Mountain West Medical Center, did not respond to the Leapfrog group and provide their information. And if that's the case, you'll have to contact the hospital directly. I think it probably couldn't hurt to mention that you've looked on the Leapfrog group and didn't find their information there, because I think it's important for hospitals to be far more upfront with this information. So I've chosen the 3 closest hospitals, and I'm going to click on Compare Selected so that I can look at just those 3 hospitals together. And you can see here that there's some information on the different hospitals. This information here is very general on things that they're doing to avoid harm and things like that. Some of these are not applicable to maternity care, so what you'll want to do is click up here at the top that says maternity care. Then you'll see this page that has a lot more information that is useful to you. The columns are for different factors that are involved in their ratings. The first one is early elective deliveries. These are inductions done before 39 weeks without a medical reason. If there is a medical reason, it's not included in this list. If you click on the little I next to any of these hospitals in the column for early elective deliveries, you'll see a short explanation of the early elective deliveries. What that means, you'll see a target rate where they've looked at the research and calculated what seems to be a good goal. In this case, they want to keep the rate less than 5%. And at this particular hospital, at Altaview Hospital, the rate of early elective deliveries is 2%. So it's fairly low and definitely meets the target. That's why they have a good rating in this area. But every hospital is different, so you'll want to click the little I next to each hospital. So we can compare here and see that Lone Peak Hospital has an early elective delivery rate of 0. That's definitely lower than 2%. The next column over is cesarean births. And in the cesarean birth area, you'll definitely want to click on this one and get a feel for what the cesarean rate is at each hospital. So let's take a look at Altaview. And Altaview's cesarean rate is 12.5%. Now that's quite a bit lower than the Leapfrog target of 23.9%. The Leapfrog target is based on national statistics, and Utah has one of the lowest cesarean rates in the country. So this rate of 12.5% is pretty closely in line with most hospitals in the state of Utah. It looks like it's much better than the target. That's because it's much better than the national average. Let's take a look at Lone Peak. Lone Peak cesarean rate is 17%. So again, much less than the target or the national average, but higher than at Altaview. Let's take a look at Riverton. Riverton's is 17.8. So again, there's variation from hospital to hospital. That's one of the things this website can be helpful. Now, this website is the only place I've ever found any hospital level data on episiotomies. With episiotomies, your individual care provider's episiotomy rate is still far more important than the hospital's episiotomy rate, but the hospital's rate can speak to the general culture of the care providers who work there. So let's take a look at the episiotomy rates for these hospitals. At Altaview, it's a little over 10%. Lone Peak is 14.4%, and Riverton is 16.4%. So again, there's quite a bit of variation from hospital to hospital. You'll definitely want to check with your individual care provider and ask them for their episiotomy rate, but the hospital rate can give you a clue as well. Now this last one on this chart is the maternity care processes, and this one actually looks at two different things. It looks at jaundice screening for newborns, and it looks for screening for a pulmonary embolism in moms that have had a cesarean birth. In this case, it does not give the actual rates for those individual hospitals, but it does say that both hospitals do better than the target rate that Leapfrog has calculated as an ideal. So this is just one way that you can get some good information. If you are considering a hospital that does high-risk deliveries, for example, Intermountain Medical Center, the University of Utah, those sorts of things, there will be information in the category for high-risk deliveries as well. But all three of these hospitals are hospitals that only do low-risk births, so you won't see information on that here. So I hope this is helpful to you and you're able to get some information that helps you make a decision about which hospital you might want to birth at if you're planning a hospital birth. Thank you.